Now, I want to start this off by saying this is what so far from what I've heard from friends and friends on my iMessage group chat for rail fanning, of course. So basically, what we need to talk about is the issues that I've heard about the Corbin Paint Shop's Discord server. I am not a part of that. I've kept up on their new YouTube channel and all that stuff and on their website. But what gets me about it is that I've heard from friends, same ones you heard earlier, of course, one of them said that there is racist and homophobic stuff in that server. I didn't believe it until they sent me a screenshot because they're in the server. And when I saw the screenshots, I was shocked. Most of that group is Kentucky Rail fans. And now, obviously, there's more than Kentucky Rail fans in that server. Now, I don't really much care for the Corbin Paint Shops. I like their stuff, but their newer stuff, I'm not going to judge them at all. This is not a judging or bullying video. It's from what I've heard. I've seen the screenshots, I've seen everything, and it's not good. What were they thinking letting people like that either lead or take part in that server? Now, granted, I don't get into drama like this. I don't want to give them a bad rep, even though they have one right now. They have a good reputation with the L&N Historical Society, from what I have heard. And I don't feel like I want to do anything to hurt their reputation with that. So I'm going to do this in a way that basically doesn't hurt anyone and all that. So first thing I want to go off on is the racist and homophobic stuff that I've heard about. I've seen the screenshots, as I've said before, but I want to know why. Why is no one talking about this, and why is no one going to do anything about it? Because there was a screenshot I was sent of one of the announcements made by Buccaneer Rail Fanning. If you don't know who that is, I will not get into it, but he's a Kentucky Rail fan that decided to start this and give some L&N stuff to Train's community. Anyway, but I'm not doing this I'm not doing this to do, like, attacking him or anyone in there. I want to know why they would bypass this racist and homophobic stuff that's been going on in that server. I want to know why. Now, I have been receiving updates as well from that same group chat. And no, I don't have Discord. I have taken a break, and I used to have it, but I don't. So, take this with a grain of salt. Now, granted, people will say, why are you making this video? Why would you make this video on us? Why? I want to understand why you all did nothing to stop the either racist, homophobic stuff that's going on, or the bullying that I have gotten. Like, there's so much out-of-pocket stuff and a lot of racist and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying that I'm defending them. I'm absolutely not defending. I'm not on either one's side. I'm not on anyone's side. I'm neutral. I don't frankly care. But what I'm trying to get at, there was an announcement made by Buccaneer Rail Fanning, obviously, but he said it was not even related to this stuff that's going on. All it was talking about how how some guy or one of their members apparently, and I quote, this is what they said in the message, rip meshing, which is not even a word. It's called mesh breaking or mesh ripping on a model that the asset that it was from Jointed Rail. If you don't know what Jointed Rail is, it's a massive online trains content website that is extremely popular for their stuff. I'm not plugging Jointed Rail. I'm just telling you what that is. So what I want to talk about is what should you do if you are ever going to join the Corbin Paint Shop's Discord server. As I've said already, I am not in that server. I'm not on Discord. I barely am. But what I want to know is that people need to understand why these things have been said and why these certain things need to be done. I want to know, this is a question for everyone that's in the Corbin Paint Shops. I don't care who you are, you need to listen to this. Why do you bypass all the racist and homophobic stuff and instead focus on the most random thing ever that was not even relevant to what the main issue was about? I want to know if anyone is part of that server. Please comment on this video and I want an explanation. I am not trying to sound like CoffeeZilla or somebody. I want to know why. Why do you do this sort of stuff? I'm not talking about this train stuff. Now, granted, I like their stuff, but that's not why we're here. I am here to ask and answer a few questions. Why, on God's green earth, do you come up with a random excuse to just say these people were rip meshing or whatever? That wasn't even relevant because from the screenshots I saw, there was nothing talking about that. It was all about, I saw a few N-words that were said. I saw some homophobic stuff that was said, and it was just ridiculous. Now, you all know me, my subscribers and audience. You all know that I am not either of those types of people. Why are people like this? I don't know. That's a good question. Why does anyone act the way they do? Because that's their choice. If someone makes a choice and they want to go through with it, then that's their path. But if you want to do quality trains content, which was their initiative, I want to know, what could you do? I'm asking my audience, what would you do if this happened to you? What would you do if this type of stuff happened to you? Now, let's get on to the second reason. As I've said multiple times already, I am not supporting any side to this. The second point I want to get onto is the banning people for no apparent reason. Now, granted, I did see that there were quote-unquote bots that kept joining in the server, and people kept saying that they were being banned for no reason, and they kept joining back in. Now, if you were banned for a specific reason, that is understandable. If it was bad, yes. If it was for just something stupid that some the staff came up with or something, I don't know, then that's wrong. That's abuse of power. Now, I'm going to see comments on this video that say, why are you attacking the Corbin paint shops? They're doing us a favor. They may be. They may be doing us a favor by giving more L&N content. That's great. I am an L&N filmer myself. But the deal with the Corbin paint shop situation right now, that doesn't matter. What matters is that if you are in a server with people that are like that, you need to leave. You don't have to listen to me at all. If there are people that are like that and treat people just like that, just leave. Leave. I don't care if your friends are in there. I don't care if you know someone that are in there or whatever. That is not your problem to deal with. That is, if they caused it, that is their problem. It is your choice to do stuff. You don't have to listen to other people say bogus crap about anything. You joined that server for a reason. And if you do something that they don't like, that they don't agree with, that they don't agree with, or anything like that, I know I said it 2 times, then if they don't like you being in the server, then leave. Countless people have left that server because they don't like it. That is their personal opinion. You don't have to announce on your own server that's saying these people are rapidly leaving in and out. That doesn't matter. It is not your choice to say that. If it's for like joke reasons, if you're joining in and out, then stop doing it. But if you are doing it just because you want to join a server and just hang out, share your content with people, share your screenshots, of course, then do that. That's what the railfan community and the trains community is for. Now, I'm going off onto my infamous Trainboy 11 video. I remember my good friend Zach Hamela. I hope I pronounced your last name right, Zach. I sincerely apologize if I did not pronounce it correctly. But he said on a post that is now deleted off my channel, I said 2 words: we won. And ever since I posted that Trainboy 11 video, I don't get into drama. That was my mistake. I started that, and I regret it. I don't like it. Now, why do I bring this topic up? The answer is Zach said something that made me think for a second. When I saw this comment, I stopped. I didn't move. I didn't speak. You just heard me breathing. He said, I quote, "This is why the trains community is so toxic. Stop the bullying." I sat there for 15 minutes once he made that comment. I saw that comment and I teared up because I became the person that I did not want to become. Because bullying somebody, that's horrible. And when in that moment, I was one of them. In that moment, I was a boy. People do not understand what it's like to be the victim or like the cause of that person being bullied. I will understand if people say, I have been in this situation, I've been on the receiving end, which I can understand. I was a victim of bullying a lot. And I didn't like it. And when I read that comment, for those 15 agonizing minutes of silence, I thought to myself, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't want to turn into a person that I don't want to be. Because what's the point? Those 3 words stuck in my head to this minute right now that you hear me talking. What is the point of the trans community getting this toxic? Now, granted, this community, quoting Zach again, he said to me one day, I was talking to him, and he said, the reason this community is so toxic is because of all the bullying. This community is supposed to be a safe haven for people to just share content, talk with each other, and just chill out, make friends. That's when I realized that's when I messed up. And as you know, I made an apology video. I owned up. And that's when it hit me. The reason why this community has gotten so toxic is because of people spreading either false rumors or making videos about people just because of their own personal gain. Now, my Train Boy 11 video, I did not make that for personal gain. I made that because I thought I was doing a favor for the community. Now, as you all know, I'm a nice guy. And saying that just now makes me rethink the entire time I was making that video. Why? What's the point? So let this be a lesson for everyone listening. Think about what you're going to do before you execute it. Please, this is coming from me. Please, for the love of all that's holy, don't do what I did. Don't. Because all it will do is make you the bad person. It'll make you the person that everyone will go after. It'll make you the target. Now, the point of this video is to not, as I've said before, this is not to reprimand the Corbin Paint Shop's crew. This is made to open their eyes and tell them, you need to handle this and you need to do it now. Now, I don't know if they will do said thing, but I want a straight answer in the comments from everyone that is responsible for this. I want you to answer this question right now. What are you going to do to make this right? I don't want any excuses. I don't want any lying. Please. I want a straight answer, and I want it right now. So please, for everyone's sake, own up. Please. No one wants another Train Boy 11 incident. No one wants a content creator to be a piece of crap. Nobody wants to be a Daylight Productions. No one wants to be a person that is an asshole. Now, I want to end this video off with a positive note. I have not made a Train Boy 11 video since that day 4 months ago. I regret it. I owned up to it. And people forgave me. That's what I want the Corbin paint shops to do. They might not listen to what I'm saying, but they better. So to the TCPS crew and everyone in that server, please find a resolution, and please, for the love of all that's holy, make this right. Thank you for watching. See y'all later.